Hi guys, what's up? I'm just doing like a little intro to this video that you guys are about to watch. It was just kind of like a spur of the moment kind of video. Basically, I talk about why we sold our family business after 54, almost 55 years of having it. It was my dad's business. We talk about like what kind of business it was and like how we started it, why we sold it, and what our plans are next, like if my dad's retiring or if we're starting a new business. So make sure you watch the video to find out. And I feel like this is not a video that I would typically do on my channel at all, but I've known about this for months and have not been able to say anything to anybody because it could just like mess up the whole deal, because you know, like there's contracts and stuff, and like I was not allowed to say anything. And I know like I always get questions about like what my parents do and what I do as another job. So I did have a second job, and it was like kind of working for my dad a little bit, like social media marketing. Nothing crazy, like not a lot of money at all. Like I was just kind of doing whatever I could whenever I could. But yeah, so the reason that I wanted to even do this video in the first place is because today, I'm filming this on Friday, November 20th, and we sold the business on Wednesday, November 18th. And so today I had to be at my dad's dealership at like 11:30 this morning, and I was there until like 3 because the news, like the local news, wanted to do a story on my dad and his family and like the business and everything, and we had to take pictures for the news and stuff, and like my dad had to tell the whole story to the journalist, is it the journalist for the news? And so like just listen to my dad's story and like him like getting emotional about it, and like everything just kind of hit me, and I was like, I need to do this as a video for my YouTube just to kind of like give you guys a little bit more insight about my life and like the business world, because you know I major in business and I planned to open my own business one day. And yeah, I just kind of thought that I would show you guys if you're interested in like being an entrepreneur or opening your own business or anything like that. I just thought that I would sit down with my dad because he's so knowledgeable, and I'm really thankful that my dad wanted to do this video with me. It was kind of hard getting him to do it because I talked to my mom about it, and you know, like he was kind of hesitant at first. He just hates being in the spotlight, and he has so many accomplishments. He has been so successful, and I can say that. He will never say that. I mean, he might say that he's successful, but he will never like hype himself up. Like he hates being in the spotlight. He hates like the glitz and glamour, and like, yes, he was a very successful business owner, but like he would never let you know that, and he never shows that through like what he wears or like how he acts or anything. He's just the most humble person I've ever met, literally my role model, and in so many different ways. And just like his humbleness is what I admire him most about, along with having a very successful business starting from the ground up, and have been able to maintain that for 55 years. And he has so many accomplishments, and he should be so proud. And he's literally gonna kill me for saying this, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it because I thought it'd be a cool video to do, because like I said, I don't do these videos, and this year has been really hard for everybody. I mean, COVID, I mean like the global pandemic, and like so many people have been going through so many different things this year, and like I would have never thought that we would sell our business, and like happen to be the year that COVID's going on, and like I moved this year, and like just so many other things have happened, you know, good and bad. And I was sad when I was told that we were selling it. I was sad at first, and then literally I was sad for like a day, and then all of a sudden I had peace about it, because you know, like I prayed about it, and my parents were obviously praying about it, and I've just had peace about it, and I've been really happy about this decision ever since. And when my dad sat me down and talked to me about it, and he was like, you know, like I just want to be stress-free. I want to be able to like go on trips with you guys, and talking about my mom and my dad, and go to Hawaii, and like not have to worry about work and like the business. And like, even though he wasn't really managing it, it was really my brother the past 5 years. My dad was still the owner, and he still had to deal with a lot of the headaches and people calling him, and like there's just a lot. And so it just like hearing my dad talk about how and like why he wanted to sell it, and just me thinking like his mental health is going to be so much better, and that's so important, and we're going to be able to go on more trips and live in the moment and work on new business ventures and new ideas of what we want to do. as a family, and he'll be able to help me like with my business or when we open our other business, like stuff like that. And it was just a really good time to sell. We don't know what the economy is going to look like a few months from now, a year from now. You know, we could have gotten more money from it if we waited another 10 years. But if we would have sold it 10 years from now, we would not be in the position that we are right now. And we got a really good offer for it. And my dad wouldn't just sell it to anybody. He sold it to somebody that he trusts and that thinks would do the company good, if that makes sense. But I didn't say this in the video, but we still own the land that my dad's company was on and the building. We don't own like the company name anymore. Like we sold that. We're letting them rent the land out and the building. So yeah, that was my phone. But I just kind of wanted to make an intro for this video. So I hope you guys enjoy hearing my dad talk about the business. And he was very shy about it. Not shy, like was afraid to talk, but like just shy about like the accomplishments. And I just kind of want to come on here and do him good and do him justice that he is so humble about everything, like very humble. And I love my parents for that. So but yeah, my dad would never brag about anything, and in this case, yes, he definitely has a right to brag just because of all of his accomplishments, not just like financially, but like he has provided so many people, over 80 people with jobs. He has helped so many people and just a freaking amazing man, and he would never brag about it, but I'm bragging about it because he has so much to brag about, but yet he doesn't. So he's just a great person and a great role model. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have my dad with me.
Hi everybody.
You guys have seen him in some videos. You've been in a few videos, like here and there.
Couple.
But I've never done like a sit down video with you, have I?
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
I'm a rookie.
Well, yeah, so this is really different for my channel. I've never like really talked about like what my parents do or like my other jobs or like really personal. I guess this is personal, is it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And like I've never really talked about like my family's business. I mentioned it like here and there, but some things have changed. I'm just gonna let my dad tell you guys about the business and how it all started. But yeah, but basically, when did we sell it? 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago. So Tori's granddaddy and my father started an automobile business, selling automobiles 54 years ago. He started the business in October of 1966. And then myself and I had another brother that worked in the business up until my other brother retired probably 15 years ago. And so anyway, the business we continued, and Tori's got two brothers that are older than Tori.
Double my age. They
came into the business and they've been working with me, along with me, for the last few years, 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. And I have decided the last 3 years or so to kind of step aside and try to semi-retire. And Tori's brother, one of her brothers, was running the business and has run it for the last 5 years or so.
So and basically you were still the owner, but like my brother Josh was the manager.
Josh
running
was
it.
Kind of ran the store.
Mm-hmm. And you would work from home.
And I did a lot of work still in the business, but I did it over the computer and on the phone. So Josh has run the business for pretty much the last 5 or so years. Mm-hmm. Beyond, and took over the sales end of the business and did a really good job and grew our business to where we were actually one of the leading stores for our brand in the state of North Carolina. We were like in the top 5 for the last 5 years. So with that being said, but then the headaches of just running the business with satisfying factory demands, customer demands, and employee demands. So it just sometimes is a little overwhelming.
Well, when you started it, it was really small when Paul.
Yeah, it probably started off when Tori's granddaddy with probably 15 employees maybe. Mm-hmm. And I'll
insert pictures because I have the picture of like when it first started, like that really old picture, and then like what it grew into. Like it started with 15 employees, and then now we have over 100.
About 80.
Oh, okay.
No, about 80.
Yeah.
So with that being said, so the business got so big and it just got so demanding that Tori's brother came to me about a year ago and said it was just too much. It was taking too much of his life to have to deal with what we have to deal with. And so we decided to kind of move the business to to a buyer who would take the business and hopefully continue it on and continue to employ people and be good to those employees. And
they're keeping like all of the employees.
Yeah, they want to keep all of our employees, of course. And
they want to hire me now.
Yeah, well, that's good.
For marketing. So
they might actually, Tori might work for them in some of the marketing, but that's so. It's a good thing. It's sad because it's so hard to let go of something that's been in our family for so long.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a death. So it's almost like a mourning process
like
we have
funeral.
to go through. Yeah. But it's also good because it's a new beginning. You know, I've got some ideas that to possibly start another small business, not at all in the car business, but something totally unrelated to that.
Yeah.
Something that'll be a little bit more fun.
And that I can run or help run.
And Tori might can help out with that. So
we have some ideas, but we're not going to share them
on
camera
we're
yet.
just in the idea phases.
Yeah.
So we got a long way to go on that. So till it can become fruition.
Yeah. But you guys know that I'm majoring in business, and so when I get out of college, I can use that degree to hopefully help run our new family business, because hopefully we'll have one by then.
If that's what you desire, that'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Because my backup plan was always, I'll just go work for my dad or help run the car business. But since we sold it, I don't have that backup option. But at the same time, I could never really see myself working there, and like my parents both, not working there because I've worked there, but like running it.
Yeah.
Both you and Mom have said that you can't really see me doing that. I mean, I would be good at it.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh yeah, it would have a definite.
But I just think like when I worked there in the office, genetically, I would be good at it, but I don't know, I just get really stressed out. And even when I worked there in the summer, you know, when I was 16, 17, 18, I would get so stressed out because I'd just be filing papers in the office, but I would hear like a customer complaint or hear something that was messed up, like paperwork or something, I don't know, anything, and it would stress me out so bad because it's like my family's business, and like it felt like it was a responsibility for me to like, even though I was just filing papers, I felt like
you need to fix it.
Yeah, and it was just really stressful, and that's why I didn't work there this past summer. It was just kind of like I didn't look forward to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a lot because the business was so big, and the car dealership, I think a lot of people don't understand like what kind of business it is. Like it is so different than just like a regular like store.
Well, so with that being said, I think one thing that people need to take in mind is what do you enjoy, and then you try to make a business out of it. And that's kind of why Tori's granddaddy started this business. He enjoyed cars and fixing them up and selling them, and that's how he got started. That was he just had a love and a passion for that, and that's how it grew. But it just grew too big actually, and then it became where it was less fun. And so with anybody's business, if you can take something that you enjoy and turn it into a business, that's a key. That's what we all need to kind of, if you're going to start a business or want to be in a business, that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
But keep in mind too, everybody, we all think, you know, we need our own business. So it'd be great to run our own business, but
it's not for everybody.
With that comes a lot of headaches that you don't foresee coming, and responsibilities and commitments, and it can really, the grass is not always greener, so to say. So.
And I've seen it firsthand, even though I don't own a business, but like growing up with you and like the hours that you would work until like, you know, you retired kind of. So, but you've always said that like if you want to start a business, or this is like some advice that you said for yourself, like you would have started it small, sold it when it got like a little bit bigger, and then start another business and then sold it when it got a little bit bigger, instead of like starting a business from the ground up and then like letting it grow into something huge, because then it just gets to be a lot. And it was like he said, like just him running it and my brother.
Yeah. So I hope this helps somebody with some ideas and with what you think you might want to do, and just hope it can help people to with their ideas and what they might or might not want to do. But just the main thing that I can tell you to do is follow your passions. You know, what is your passion in life, and follow those passions, because that makes the reward for anyone. If you can we all need to find something that's rewarding to us. So whether it's helping people, how can you help others? What can you do that would help others and bring joy to other people?
I guess you didn't even really say what you owned.
Well, I didn't know that we really wanted to be that specific.
I think we sold it.
Well, if we're going to be specific, it was obviously the company was Vestal Buick GMC, and that was like I said, our business for 54 years.
A car dealership.
Car dealership.
And we sold new and used cars.
Sold new Buicks, new GMCs.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, we sold new Pontiacs until 2010 when Pontiac General Motors discontinued that franchise.
Yeah.
And of course, we sold pre-owned cars forever. And
yeah, I know, like in vlogs and like my videos, I've showed like mom, like when she got the white Mercedes, and like people were probably like confused because normally y'all drive like Buick and GMC. Yeah. So that's why, guys, because we knew we were like selling the dealership and we have to buy our own cars now, if that makes sense. Because like before they would just drive like cars off the lot.
We'd always drive our brand specific cars.
And they never owned their cars. Yeah, y'all never like owned the cars.
That was a benefit.
Yeah.
We got to drive different cars, and we didn't own those cars specifically. The company owned them, but we didn't. But that was a fringe benefit for having a car store.
But now we just bought three different cars.
So now we had to actually buy cars.
3 different ones. Oh, did you want to like talk about like, well, I guess you should have said it earlier, but about how you were actually going to go to law school?
Well, yeah. When I started out after college, later in college, I decided I might want to pursue a law career in law because that really interests me. That I didn't know I was interested in law until I took some classes in school at that were business law classes, and that really piqued my interest in law. So long story short, I thought I was going to do that, but after...
You got into law school.
After graduation, I got accepted at a law school after college, and then I had the decision to make. Do I go off to law school for 3 more years, or do I come to work in the family business? And at the time, my dad's age, my other brothers were not involved in the business, and I thought my dad needed some help in the business. I said, well, hey, it's a great opportunity to work in the business, and it's why should I walk away from that opportunity?
Yeah.
So I decided to forgo the law school and decided to try the car business, and kind of fell in love with it and enjoyed it, and it provided me a good way to make a living for a long time. That was the beginning, the true beginning for me.
And now you've been working how long have you worked at the dealership?
Since 44 years.
Yeah.
44 years, yeah. Well, before that, even more than 44 years, because I started sweeping floors. Sweeping floors, and then I got promoted to washing cars.
Yeah.
So I've done everything. Well, most everything. Done a lot of different jobs there in the store. Started at the bottom and kind of worked up.
Now that we've sold the business, you can help me with my business. YouTube.
Do my best.
And we can also start one together, like another family business. Because even though like you just sold your business, like you're not done yet. He can't like not do anything. He can't just be retired. He can't do that.
I'll be doing something. I'm just not
just
sure
not the car business. No. It just got to be too much.
Be a little something else to have more fun. So
yeah, and
hopefully
people. Yeah, well, I guess I already addressed that. I was gonna say people are gonna wonder why I didn't want to take it over, but I'm getting my master's, and it would have been another 2 or 3 years from now before I could have tried to run the business.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I like knew I wanted to do. So if I thought like for sure that I wanted my dad to wait to sell it until after I get out of college, he would have held it up.
I would have tried to wait to make sure that wasn't something you wanted to do. But,
you would have tried to go back and like run it, but until I was able to get out of college and run it. But it's not something that I knew for sure that I wanted to do, so I didn't want to make him wait another 2 or 3 years, and then what if like the economy's not good during that time and I change my mind and don't want to do the business anymore, and then we can't sell the business, you know?
There's an old saying, it's actually a song. It says, you got to know when to hold them, you got to know when to fold them, and you got to know when to run. So
that's true.
There you go.
Yeah, but I think the reason why I want to make this video is to like well, first of all, I've never had you on my channel. And a lot of people always ask what my parents do. And like, I've worked at my dad's company since I was 15. I just did office stuff. And then more recently, the past 2 years, I've just been working from home doing like marketing and like social media. And I've done, I guess, a commercial kind of like a...
Yeah, he did
like a
commercial on
Facebook thing,
for us,
yeah.
some Facebook work.
So I've worked there, and so like I guess like, you know, in the future in my videos, I'm not gonna be like talking about me working there. Like YouTube's really my only job now. And you know, kind of want to clear up like why we're buying new cars, and then I'm sure my future plans will change because now I'm not gonna work in the dealership anymore. So I just kind of want to make that I just kind of want to clear it up. And then also, I know a lot of people are probably gonna think that we got like bought out or like bankrupt because of Corona. Is that because that's happened to a lot of businesses?
The Corona situation did not really.
It didn't affect us. We did really good for a car dealership when it first hit.
Car sales everywhere actually were up after Corona.
We were one of the few businesses to not be affected, I would say.
Well, no, I wouldn't. I don't. Yeah, that's true. A lot of businesses got affected, like restaurants, of course. Bars, of course, got devastated.
Yeah.
But if you were selling cars, motorcycles, boats, those industries actually did not suffer too much. And
so we were lucky.
Some actually probably grew. But it's weird. But people decided they had to do something and took their money and invested and bought items to play or enjoy.
Yeah.
And so Corona didn't hurt our industry too bad. It did slow it down at the beginning with the shutdowns, of course. But that had nothing to do with us moving the store and deciding to try different ventures.
You had thought about it since before Corona, right?
Oh yeah.
Thought about selling it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I remember when I was 8 years old, you told me we were on our way to church and you're talking about the business or something. You're like, well, I'm wanting to sell within the next 10 years. Like you told me basically like, Tori, within the next 10 years, like we're probably not gonna have the business. Like I'm gonna have sold it by then. And I was like 8 years old at this point, and I was like, what? And that was 12 years ago. So
yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking ahead and figuring, well, it'll be time to sell it at that point.
But when did you really decide? Was it 2019 when you decided to sell it?
It was about a year ago.
Okay.
A little over a year.
Yeah. I didn't find out until a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Cause.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't for sure.
No.
It wasn't for sure until like recently.
Yeah.
And Wednesday, November 18th is when we sold it.
That was, yeah.
Or like the closing day. But did you talk about the accomplishments? Like, I don't think people realize how big the dealership was and like how well it did for a Buick GMC. Like, I'm just trying to give you some credit here because that's a crazy thing for 55 years and to have still been afloat and like grew that much.
Well, to talk about the store's accomplishments, we did do well. You know, like I said, we were in the top 5 in GMC sales across the state of North Carolina for the last 5 years or so.
And we outsold Charlotte.
We outsold some of the bigger city stores, you know, there's a lot of big cities in North Carolina. I mean, we're talking about Charlotte and Raleigh, Greensboro, Winston. And,
and there's so many car dealerships where we live.
Anyway, so we were fairly successful, and it came from hard work and great employees. Without great employees, you can't do anything, and that's
his main focus is like
that's going to be something
customer service. And like that was like a lot of car dealerships, you know, like they're kind of, what's the word, like they kind of like con you into buying a car, like rush you and like aren't really nice and really care about you. But my dad's main thing was
there's an old
to care about the
that
customers.
goes around, old saying, whatever, that people say, you know, once somebody sells you something, they don't want to take care of you.
Yeah.
And that was what we wanted to be opposite of. We wanted to make sure that we did take care of our people, our customers, and that's what we tried to instill, and that's what we tried to do. And I'm sure we had our failures at times, I'm sure, with some people, but as a rule, I think we had a lot of success there. And of course, then it starts with your employees. Like I said, if you don't have good employees, and having a good employee is one thing, but you got to take care of your employees, and you got to have that relationship with your employees, because they're your partners. Your employees are your partners in business. So if you're running any kind of business, your employee is your partner. They are there with you, and you've got to do it together. You can't do it. It's not like you can't be a drill sergeant to your employees and give a bunch of orders and think that you're you got to have their respect. And,
Yeah.
and you got to earn that. That's
It's
not
a
just something-
relationship.
Yeah, and you earn your employees' respect.
Yep. Let me see.
So anyway, hopefully this was helpful to someone.
Let me see if I have anything. Yeah, I think that's it. Is that all that you want to say?
Bye, everybody. Hope you enjoyed.
Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I know it was super different, but hopefully some of you will enjoy seeing it. Like if you're interested in like starting a business, or maybe you're just wanting to see what my family did and what I did as another job, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. Hopefully this helped some of you either get knowledge about starting your own business or know more about us and me. But yeah, if you want to see more videos with my dad about business things or see what we're gonna do next, then let me know in the comments. Also give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, click that bell, and follow me on all my social medias. And thank you for doing this video with me.
Thank you for watching.
All right, bye guys.